talked yesterday. I was up in Jersey for the event a week ago, and being in the room, and it was a small room, but with Kim being in the room and her presence and her energy and her vision on where three's going, and just hearing her beliefs, you know that and how she started another company and took it to a 10 billion in sales in like 10, I think 15 years. You realize that it's going to happen,
Yep, absolutely.
So we're talking about three. Stephen and myself are part of the three entrepreneurial movement, health and wellness movement, and we're just going to go right into. We started yesterday a part of an interview with Holly and Corbin Rosh and Kim Hui. So here we go.
Back, one, I'm sure he's so proud to watch what you've done, because you set that vision and goal and you stuck to it. It'd be so easy. It would be so easy to say no. It'd be so easy to back out and stay home and let other people take care of it. But when you put that out there, the responsibility, but then it's sharing with your son. And when your son sees that work ethic and he sees that dream and vision, I have to imagine that's exactly what he's doing and walking out in his life today as a result.
Absolutely. Like my son is doing films right now. And, when you enter college apps and all the stuff, I read some of his stories and some of the thesis. I knew that all those sacrifices were worth it, because he would talk about mom's work ethics. He would talk about, it's just very touching. And sometimes, they don't express it to you. And I get to read his college app and I go, oh my God, thank you, son.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we always say. Kids are watching, and kids are watching parents set goals. They're seeing them work together. They're seeing them make sacrifices. And, you're a testament to, you just don't get in and you become a millionaire. You got to put in the work. You got to be willing to go out there and have a little imbalance. You got to be willing to make a sacrifice. We used to always say, you're going to have to give up a little to potentially get a lot. Mm-hmm. But the up of this business is so fantastic. So kind of leads me to the next question. This one is, to me,
she's on the hot seat.
Yeah, guys. You're on the hot seat.
Okay, I'm ready.
You quite honestly, financially, you didn't have to do this, but there's more than just financially. I understand that. There's a drive, there's a passion, there's the calling to be able to help other people and watch other people rise up. The money sometimes, you get in for the money, but that kind of becomes secondary once you start growing in this business and raising people up and seeing their dreams come true. But with that aside, you could have gone to any company out there. You could have gone to a 20-year-old company, a 10-year-old company, a 1-month-old company, and had massive success, because success leaves clues, and the biggest clues you've left is you're going to have success wherever you go. So what made you want to launch three, be a brand new startup company? What's going on in there that you're like, I'm willing to be a part of a startup and have startup issues, startup problems, but why?
Well, that's a great question. It's a loaded question. We could probably talk for hours, but I'll try to streamline it. Okay. So after being in this, okay. So I guess in the previous platform, we're blessed to create, a couple of hundred millionaires, multi-millionaires. So, so I kind of like, when you watch people, when you have done something and you help a lot of people to become successful, obviously in that journey, individually, as a human being, I also got my own personal growth in that journey of walking through building a $10 billion company together collectively with a team of people. And so with that, you actually get to see a lot of things that we ordinarily wouldn't get to see. And so after a little while, I go, you know what? And after all that travel, I just mentioned before, the first 6 years is every month on the road. When I say on the road, it's in the air, actually. Mm-hmm. And so after so many years, you kind of get to a point where, you know what? I need to scale back. I was in a space in my life, I was questioning really the meaning of success. Like, am I doing the right thing? I've seen money have done a lot of good to people. I've also seen money have done a little bit of not too good to people's lives. And so I questioned that meaning. Like, is it really about money? Is it really about helping people to create money? Is there something more to it than money? Is there more to it than financial freedom? And I further question myself on what I am saying and what I'm sharing. Does money truly make somebody happy in life? And so that's when about 2007, I would say 2007, 2008, I kind of began to step back as I observe and monitor things that make me question the value and the virtue and where the direction where I was heading in life. And so it was at that time I kind of step out of the industry. I only showed up once in a year, maybe once every 6 months or whatnot, because I was searching for that meaning. I was searching for my purpose. Is it only about speaking and helping people to achieve financial freedom? And so it was in that search that took me to Sedona, that we met, that you guys went to my home in Sedona. And so I was, I was in my cocoon. I was in my own sanctuary where I was grounded in that space, in that beautiful land and beautiful energy. So I was searching, I was seeking. Oftentimes when you seek, you expect to have answer right away. I'm like, hey, when is my next purpose? What am I here to do? And it didn't happen. It didn't come to me until what I witnessed the last 3 years. We all did. As a matter of fact, in the last 3 years, humanity, all of us have seen things that completely rattled and reshaped the paradigm that we were taught all these years. And so it was at that time I said, it was the time I said, I further questioned, why are we here on earth? What are we here to do? I mean, okay, fine, it's money. Now you get the money issue out of the way. What's next? What am I gifting? What can I do of contribution to humanity? And it was at that time that I felt called. Sometimes it took. This is not a work. When I say this is not a work of only a few months. This been a project that's been incubating within my heart for the last couple of years. It was in search of that meaning, of that purpose, of what I'm called to do on earth. And so the calling was, Kim, it is time. I mean, I saw what happened during this pandemic the last couple of years. And I think it's even more so time for humanity to rise up.
That's right.
That 58 years old, never, ever have I heard the narrative that all these crazy stuff that's happening. I said, this is, when you look at it, is it sad? Yeah, it's kind of sad. But at the same time, certain things have to happen to awaken humanity. So it was at that time the calling says, you know what? It's time to come out, use your gifting to do a project that will bring hope to humanity, that will bring hope and contribution to humanity. It's time that all of us, humanity, to rise up. There's hope, there's change. In order for us to change something, that we collectively have to work together to create that change, to be that change. And that's why I was called to create a global movement, if you would. And so I remember when we started and that film, when that 2-minute video was made, that was released on Christmas Eve. Okay. And so that message was really about rising up, that all of us to do something in a time that we're living in right now. And so the calling and the messaging was, we need to come together in this global movement, because what's happening last couple of years is not only impacting the United States of America, it's impacting the world. And so, and I knew my gifting was not to run a company. Many people, some of my leaders say, Kim, you need to own your own company and we'll follow you. I said, I know my gift. My gift is not to be a CEO. My gift is not to run a company. My gift is to share through my experiences. And some of the things, and obviously the last 30 years, what I've witnessed in this industry is I've witnessed a lot of beautiful stuff. This industry, like you guys, perhaps you guys all agreed that when it's done right, it's beautiful. Right. And so, but at the same time, I saw the other side of it. And so part of that calling of creating a global community of bringing hope, bringing connection to humanity, is that I want to do something different. I wanted to, there are certain things that's very important to me. In this industry, I've seen, deal after deal. There's so many things that go on that the message to me, that calling that I felt like it was, it's about time, not only to rise about humanity, but also we need to shift and change this industry that I love a lot. But at the same time, there are things in the industry we need to be the shift. We need to be the change. We need to be the beacon of light. So it's a pretty lofty goal, right? I mean, it's a pretty big goal. So I was in Sedona and I got this calling, and I said, okay, where do I begin? If we were to, I know my gifts. I know my giftings are. It's certainly not running a company. That's not my forte. Managing a company, no. So we said, well, if we want to do something, we got to find someone who's from this space, have a little experience. But I do not want someone that are so stuck in the old way. If let's say you find someone that's got 30, 50 years, so obviously they might be very stuck in the old way. And I don't want the old way. So having said that, and that's why we have Daniel, and in that search that led us to Daniel and it led us to you guys. And so why? That why is a global movement that costs. Obviously I'm very.
You there, Ed?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, here. I'm gonna, we'll stop it there because that's probably a good transition. And she's talking about finding Daniel Pico and how 3 came about. So it's a great transition, and we could go into part 3. But yeah. So as you can see, Kim wants 3 to be more than your typical company. She wants it to be a movement, and which I believe it is. I mean, when we were out in Salt Lake City, my thoughts were just seeing, all the groups, they're all, network marketing, it has its groups, and usually one group's competing against another. They don't want the other group to do it. Everybody was working together as a whole. That's what I really found very, very exceptional. And I saw that up in New Jersey last week.
Absolutely. No, I mean, you hear that said a lot, from our prior experience with other companies, different teams. Oh, yeah, one team, one family, one this, one that. When the rubber hits the road, it's not usually the case. Maybe in some cases, yes, but not usually. And I couldn't agree with you more that in this situation, in this company, this opportunity, this movement, there really is a common goal. And part of that has to do with the fact that there's actually incentives, financial incentives for us to be, part of the global founders pool and the global bonus pool. So everybody wins when the company does well, the company's revenues increase. So there truly is very thoughtful that they incorporated that into the compensation plan, because it really does give everybody that additional motivation to truly want to lift everybody up, not just the people that they're financially tied to. Really brilliant on their part.
Yeah, and the other thing that I think, talking about the compensation plan, if you can build leaders in your group, help people to, go through the ranks and become wherever the leadership point that they get to, it helps you with, it helps everybody. The more leaders you build, the better this business is.
Correct. Absolutely.
So,
yeah. So, I mean, again, Kim's been around for 30 years. She's seen it. Our mentors, Christine Peterson and Amy Dunlap, and above them, Ollie and Corbin Roush. I mean, again, they're not people that are new to the industry. They've been there. They've done that. They chose to be a part of this company for the same reasons that we did, because it is truly different, and it is truly a movement. So, yeah, we'd love to have you guys learn more about it. We've got our group is temovement.com. That's the entrepreneurialmovement.com. And we're part of the fastest growing team within the company, which is we're part of the Fierce Life. And, Ed's on social media. I'm on social media. Reach out to us on temovement.com. We'd love to have you learn more and choose to be partnered up with us. And we're grateful that you spend a little time with us today.
Yeah, and I'm going to leave it with this, Stephen. The other thing is we have, we're involved with the Fierce Life group, which is Amy Dunlap, fastest growing team in 3. And
Yep.
Amy has a lot of things in place where you can jump. We have all the systems. This is something me and Stephen are doing on our own, but you can, every day they have a training at 10:30 in the morning, which is taped, videoed. You can watch it at your comfort during the day. So there are a lot of things in place to help you learn how to grow a business.
Absolutely. Yep. But we're also incorporating all of her tools, all of her training into our system. So it's all really a paint by numbers kind of deal. So come join us.
Yeah, come join us. We look forward to connecting and locking arms and taking this into the fall and having having a great end of 2023. So look, let's stay focused. And Stephen, you have a great day, and we'll end it there.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. See you on the next one. Have an awesome